of 2014, I filed for divorce from my then husband after 16 years of an extremely toxic, abusive marriage. At the time of filing, I had been a stay-at-home mother to 5 children, the youngest of whom were 5-year-old twins. The case was then assigned to Laura STRATHMANN, the 388th. What ensued was very expensive, protracted, never-ending litigation. Approximately 2.5 years after I filed for divorce and 3 months prior to my final trial, an attorney by the name of Patrick Bramlett entered the case on behalf of my former husband. Patrick Bramlett had been married to Judge STRATHMANN, and they had received an annulment based on fraud, which I had been unaware of at the time when he entered the case, and they had been former law partners / business partners, which I had also been unaware of at the time he had entered the case. And we proceeded to trial. At trial, I presented numerous witnesses that testified based on their observations of me and my children. These witnesses varied from school officials, administrators, teachers, staff, to babysitters, to people who knew me and my children for years, testified on my behalf, on my children's behalf. My former husband did not present a single witness outside of himself. In spite of this, Judge STRATHMANN awarded sole custody to my former husband. Upon the rendering of this judgment, I instructed my attorneys to look into the nature of Judge STRATHMANN's relationship with Patrick Bramlett, and I filed a motion to recuse. Judge STRATHMANN refused to recuse herself. Subsequently, Judge STRATHMANN entered an erroneous decree with many material errors, the largest being awarding my former husband the entire retirement account. She awarded me a vehicle that we had never owned, had never been an asset of the marriage. Those were just 2 points of errors. Judge STRATHMANN was aware of these errors. What ensued was my attorney drafted the correct decree, and 8 months after the erroneous decree was entered, the correct decree was entered with an excess of like 43 material corrections. Presently, almost 3 years after my final trial, our second largest asset, which was the sale of the marital home, is sitting in the clerk of the court's registry. Judge STRATHMANN has refused to disperse these funds, citing that my case is on appeal. However, Judge STRATHMANN has released other funds in which lawyers were getting paid, and not citing that my case is up on appeal. And though this may seem like it adversely affects both parties not being able to get to these funds, the fact is my former husband is a wealthy anesthesiologist and I'm new to the workforce.